here in this tournament reach the 40-point mark. And the way we're going right now, she may get to 50 before we're done.
But chance for everyone to catch their breath here. Ballinger's got to make these free throws.
Ballinger smooth on the first one. No fatigue on that one there. 46 points now.
And you wonder if that timeout by Ginger Colvin was just to give Ballinger 30 seconds of rest.
28.5 left. This free throw would give Campbellsville the lead. Second one good as well. Ballinger steps up when they need her. 69-68. Oklahoma City has final possession should they want it. Shot clock's off. Duncan with it. Over to Walter up top. Down low to Fairbanks. This is where they've gone all half. Fairbanks over Ballinger. Too strong. Rebound is going to be tipped out of bounds. Campbellsville will have possession.
And now Rob Edmondson wants a timeout.
Oklahoma City takes a timeout. Ginger Colvin has to hold some of her players back from running on the court in excitement. But how about the defensive stop for Campbellsville? They give the ball down low to Fairbanks. She gets a decent look at the basket. The turnaround just could not go. Scramble for the rebound. They control it. So now you have to believe it's a question for Campbellsville. Ballinger has not been the strongest of free throw shooters. She's not today and not on the season. But you look down, they have good percentage shooters. But the question is, do you want Ballinger with the ball because she's the one that's done it all game for you, or do you want it in the hands of a better free throw shooter?
It's a tough call to make. Ballinger's missed them, but she has made it when it counts. But it is a tough because Dennis is their best free throw shooter, but she has struggled all day today.
Dennis, an 80% free throw shooter, went to the line just about a minute of game time ago, missed 2 free throws. Ballinger, though, has been where you've gone all game long. She has 47 points. Do you go back to her? When you look at her numbers from the free throw line, though, she's 11 of 17, so she's made quite a few of them there, but she just made 2 from the free throw line, but she had missed 2 before that. So we'll see. You have to believe Oklahoma City's looking for the quick steal off the inbounds. If they don't get it, an immediate foul, as you see the 5 for Campbellsville. Walking back out on the floor, Whitney Ballinger included, as they huddle up for a final few words right there on the left side of the court.
Well, since they're in a double bonus, they're going to get 2 shots. And look at this, Ballinger's going to inbound the ball.
Oklahoma City in the full court press, 13.3 to go. They get it in to Messer, over to Mackenzie Lee, and that's who they'll choose to foul. And Mackenzie Lee on the season, a 75% free throw shooter. And so we'll see whether or not the freshman from Mount Sterling, Kentucky, can step up in the biggest ball game of her career to this point and knock down 2 free throws and help Campbellsville get to the semifinals.
You know, I think that confused Oklahoma City. Here's the first free throw. Good.
Rattled it home.
I think the fact that Ballinger inbounded it confused Oklahoma City a little bit. I think they were anticipating it going to her, and they didn't know who to guard.
10.4 left. Confusion now is who's going to rebound this basketball. Oklahoma City's just going to put 2 people down there. I don't think you've ever seen this before. Lee's second one. Rolls out. Oklahoma City down 2. 10 seconds to go. Cosby to the basket. Up. The shot. Too strong, but falls in with 3.3 to go. We are tied at 70. Ballinger with it. Just about drops it out of bounds. 1 second. She's going to have to heave for the ball game. Too strong, and why not? Let's play 5 more.
Overtime.
How about Danica Cosby? No sweat. Mackenzie Lee can't get the free throw to fall. Cosby goes the length of the floor and knocks it down. And we're tied at 70, and we'll try again. First 40 minutes meant nothing. We'll play 5 more. And now you're looking at some of the territory that Whitney Ballinger can climb into. She's just 4 points away from tying the 2nd highest point total ever in this tournament. She has 47 points going into this overtime.
And now fatigue is going to be on both sides. Ballinger's played basically the whole game. Will she be as prime as she was starting the game, getting 25 points in that first half?
Let's look at the foul situation. Melly Heaton, the only one on the side for Campbellsville in any kind of trouble. She has 4 fouls, but you look on the other side, it's a bigger factor for Oklahoma City. Lauren Gober, their freshman of the year in that conference, has 4 fouls, although she only has 3 points in the game. But Star Fairbanks, their leading scorer, their post player, 17 points, 7 rebounds, 4 fouls. So they cannot afford to have her go out here in this half. It'll be Ballinger, Dennis, Isaacs, Lee, and Messer to start it off for Campbellsville. Cosby, Walter, Duncan, Fairbanks, and Harden. Harden and Ballinger to jump it. Campbellsville controls. Final 5 minutes now, at least we think. You never know. Ballinger calling for a clear out against Harden. That spin move she's gone to all day and kicks it out. Inside, backdoor, Isaacs with the layup, and we actually just saw a Campbellsville play that didn't involve Whitney Ballinger.
It started with her, but she fed it off, and it worked everyone but her, trying to get someone else open, giving Ballinger more room later on.
Isaacs puts in the first basket of overtime, and now a steal by Isaacs. It's a 3-on-1 if they hurry. Isaacs all the way down, no one stopped her, and then it's tipped out of bounds as Cosby caught up to her. But Campbellsville will have it now with 4.5 to go here in the overtime with a 2-point lead. Isaacs now has 4. Dennis off the inbounds, inside, no one stopped her, but it fell off again. Second time Dennis has missed that shot here in the last 2 minutes of game time.
And just unfortunate for her because that was a good look, just a little too strong, rolling it off the rim.
So Oklahoma City a chance to tie or take the lead. Cosby needs help though. 4 minutes to go in overtime number 1. Harden calling for it, gets it down low against Ballinger. Up and under, dropped the basketball. Ballinger blocked it. Harden caught it and then stepped out of bounds.
Campbellsville wanted a double dribble, but it didn't matter to get the ball anyways.
Another block for Whitney Ballinger, who we've lost track of the unofficial total. It's 4 or 5.
It's right, yeah, right in there.
Which means she's up near 25 blocks in the tournament in 3 games. Messer with it, a long 2. Too quick of a shot for Campbellsville there, an air ball out of bounds. Not what you wanted to see because Whitney Ballinger didn't even touch the ball that time on offense.
And why are you taking a long jumper? You've done so well on the inside and not well on the outside at all. Why are you taking long jumpers? Work it inside, slow it down.
So Oklahoma City still in a 1-possession ball game now, trailing by 2. Duncan with the basketball has been very quiet in this half after getting an 11th point early on in the second half. Cosby, who sent this game into overtime with 3 seconds left now. Shot clock down to 8. Walter, an open look to tie, rims out. Ballinger, her 17th rebound.
Ballinger slow back down the court. You've got to know she's tired.
But she has the basketball now, working against Fairbanks one-on-one. There's that, this time not the spin move, up to the basket, and we'll send her back to the free throw line for 2, and that's Fairbanks. That'll be 5, and Star Fairbanks is done.
And we were just handed a note by Steve Beverly. Campbellsville missed 4 of the last 7 free throws, and that's the reason we're in overtime right now.
They charged the foul to Fairbanks. Our stats online said she had 4 going into overtime, but check that. That was just number 4 for her right there. So that's our bad. Foul on us. Ballinger, though, missed the free throw. 5 of the last 8 they've missed. Second one gets the roll. Ballinger with 48 points. 3-point lead for Campbellsville. That's as big as it's been here in the second half. They got it to 5 in the first half at 12-7. Cosby, spin move into the lane. Good defense from Campbellsville. Ballinger pulls the rebound down, has it tipped away, and out of bounds on the line was Walter. We'll see if they credit Ballinger with a rebound there. If they do, she has 18. Wendy Messer back in. Oklahoma City now to the press. 2:39 to go. Just 3 points for Campbellsville in the overtime. Oklahoma City hasn't scored yet. Ballinger now trying to kill as much of this clock as she can in the backcourt. Holly Harden came out to guard her. Shot clock at 15 now. Ballinger down low, triple team, kicks it out. Insminger from the elbow, good, and Campbellsville a 5-point lead. They're trying to make their first ever semifinal in this tournament. Harden against Ballinger down low. The spin move, splits the defenders and draws the foul. So 2:07 to go. Holly Harden, 12 points, 10 rebounds, a double-double for her. We'll head back to the free throw line where she's perfect on the day, 4 of 4. The foul, though, on Ballinger, that's her 4th. And if Whitney Ballinger was to pick up 5, you'd have to believe Campbellsville's chances diminish greatly. Harden knocks down her 5th consecutive free throw, cuts it down to 4. Fairbanks checks out, Gober back in. Harden back to the line. Second one good as well. And Holly Harden, the senior for Rob Edmondson, stepping up when he needs her to at the free throw line in overtime.
Oklahoma City now 13 of 16 from the free throw line.
Dennis back in. Isaacs almost turns it over and does, steps on the inline, and Oklahoma City is getting it back down 3 with 2:05 to go.
I just thought another bad decision from Ballinger inbounding it, and a good job by Oklahoma City. Pressure D causing a turnover.
Insminger will come back. Messer will take a seat. Oklahoma City 6 of 18 from outside, and they trail by 3 right now, but plenty of time. Don't need threes with 2:05 to go. Cosby with the basketball, has 12 points. Walter, free throw line, too short. Harden the rebound, the stick back and good. Harden with 16, and it's back down to 1. Whitney Ballinger, 48 points, 17 rebounds to this point. Handling the basketball for Campbellsville. 1:35 to go. Off the dribble, drives into the lane. Can't get it to fall. Dangerous move because she could have picked up a 5th foul offensively there. Walter quickly in transition. Duncan for the lead from outside. Good!
And now Oklahoma City has all the momentum in the world, up by 2.
And Laura Duncan, who had been quiet, gets it to go. Ballinger for the tie. Can't get it to fall. Harden the rebound, 1:05 remaining. Oklahoma City 7 unanswered points here in overtime. And now Cosby will stand out near half court and run as much of this clock off as she can as we go under a minute to play. Cosby now goes to work, 10 on the shot clock. Walter, elbow, rattled home, and Oklahoma City has scored 9 in a row and they're up by 4. Campbellsville now on the move. They've got to hurry, and Ginger Colvin will take a timeout. And we've mentioned it all game long. It's been back and forth, but not back and forth baskets, back and forth runs. We started with a 5-0 Campbellsville run to start off this overtime. It's a 9-0 Oklahoma City run, and Whitney Ballinger has just kind of run out of steam, it seems like, the last couple possessions.
Well, Oklahoma City did not lose their cool, even though they were down by a few in overtime. They fought their way back, and you're right, Ballinger's just completely out of gas right now. She's played almost the entire game, and with 48 points and 17 rebounds, probably one of the performances of the decade in this tournament.
Well, you're looking at it now. Ginger Colvin drawing up a play. Still an eternity left in this overtime with 39.7 seconds to go. And you know, whether Whitney Ballinger's out of steam or not, she's getting the basketball in this possession because that's where they've gone all day long, and that's where they're going to continue to go. The next basket for her would put her in the 50-point mark and move her into 3rd place all time in single-game scoring in this tournament. So you look at it now, 26 seconds, so a 13-second differential on the clock. Campbellsville still tied. If they get a quick shot off here, has a 2-for-1 chance where they wouldn't necessarily have to foul immediately. But the way it figures up to finish here, Campbellsville is going to have to score on this possession, foul, and hope Oklahoma City misses on the other side.
And the last 2 possessions for Campbellsville have been rushed by Ballinger. One of the few times we've seen her almost in a panic, trying to get the bucket, taking it all her own without settling down and getting the right shot.
Insminger to inbound it for Campbellsville. Almost threw it away, dangerous on the inbounds pass. Defense chance coming from Oklahoma City. Dennis gets it down low. Finally gets one to go. They're down 2. Walter with it now in the backcourt, and she'll be fouled. And it looks like Mackenzie Lee got caught with an elbow. Walter, though, checked to make sure she's all right. She looks to be fine. The foul will go against Mackenzie Lee. That'll be her 3rd. So Shantae Walter, the senior guard from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, hometown girl at this school, will head to the free throw line, take 2 shots. Walter, a 77% free throw shooter, calmly strokes the first one in. Megan Isaacs back in, Ensminger to the bench. Walter now to make this a 2-possession game with 29.1 to go in overtime. Doesn't get the roll. Ballinger the rebound. That's 18 for her. Up the court. Lee cannot get it. And a costly turnover for Campbellsville as Ballinger threw it just too far out of the hands of Mackenzie Lee.
I should have just settled down. Saw the fast break there, but she should have waited and settled down, and the sub comes flying in for Oklahoma City.
So Oklahoma City gets it back. 24.3 to go here in overtime. A 3-point lead. Walter gets the inbounds again, and the same thing we had just a second ago. Walter walking to the free throw line, the foul on Mackenzie Lee, that's now 4. 23.4 seconds to go. Yeah, you really couldn't have asked for anything better here. We don't normally run behind on quarterfinal day, but we're gonna run behind today as the next game's supposed to start in 5 minutes. Walter, free throw, good. 11 points now for the senior guard. Subs for both sides. Campbellsville putting more of a 3-point lineup on the floor. Walter back to the line, can make it 5. And does so. Campbellsville now needs points in a hurry. They've got to quicken up. Ballinger all by herself. Drives. We're gonna have offensive foul, and there's the end of Whitney Ballinger, and maybe the end of Campbellsville's hopes in this ball game.
But what an incredible performance. 48 and 14, respectively, for points and rebounds for Whitney Ballinger.
And Ballinger will get a standing ovation from everyone in the arena.
Even Oklahoma City fans.
Regardless of who is standing here, because they know what they've watched in this ball game. Ballinger checks out, 48 points, 18 rebounds. That's the 6th best all time in this tournament. Oklahoma City now trying to salt this one away. Walter again gets the inbounds, and she'll head to the free throw line, and I believe that'll be 5 fouls on Heaton as well. So Melly Heaton and Whitney Ballinger are both fouled out now in consecutive plays. Isaacs back in. Walter will walk back to the other end. Oklahoma City with 5 players in double figures in scoring. Shantae Walter, a chance to make this 6. Does so, and Oklahoma City has been clutch at the free throw line, and this one would probably put the ball game away because it would make it 3 possessions. Walter rattles at home. 14 for her in the game now. 14 seconds left. It's going to be Dennis to the other end. Layup too strong. Gober the rebound, fouled from behind by Ensminger, and it's going to be Oklahoma City that will survive. They'll get a couple more days here in Jackson, and they'll be playing in the first game at 6 o'clock on Monday night.
Well, what a run by Campbellsville. Excellent game, just fell out of gas there at the end.
Just not enough in the second, or in the late stages of overtime. Gober trying to give herself 4, and rattles it home at the free throw line. And the score of this ball game is going to be a little bit wider than the actual margin of this game has been from start to finish, as Gober goes back and makes it a full 3-possession ball game with 9.3 seconds to go. In Campbellsville, you can tell they've realized that this is where the run ends for them, as Isaacs just kind of dribbles out the clock. Oklahoma City is going to advance, knocking off Campbellsville in overtime. But Campbellsville cannot be upset about the performance they had on this floor. Just nothing left in the final minutes of overtime, and their run ends here. They take just their 3rd loss. They now fall 33-3 on the season. But Whitney Ballinger, just a junior, so she'll be coming back to this court next year, as Rob Edmondson has a long talk with Whitney Ballinger over there on the court. And the final statistical totals will show Whitney Ballinger actually came up just 3 blocks short of another triple-double. 7 blocks for her in this ball game. So they give her 27 blocks in the tournament. Your individual scoring numbers as we leave you here just very quickly. 5 players in double figures for Oklahoma City, led by Star Fairbanks, had 17. Holly Harden with 16. Laura Duncan, Shantae Walter each with 14. And Danica Cosby with 12, none bigger than the two that sent us to overtime with 3.3 remaining. On the other side, Wendy Messer had 14, and then Whitney Ballinger, 48 points, 18 rebounds, 7 blocks. Definitely the performer of the tournament so far. So 86-77, Oklahoma City victorious in overtime. They will be playing at 6 o'clock on Monday night right here at Oman Arena and on Jump TV. So what a way to kick off our quarterfinal round. 3 more ball games to go, including our next one between Vanguard and Lee. So for Philip Tang, I'm Stephen Williams saying so long from Oman Arena. We'll be back with you in about 15 minutes for our next ball game. You've been watching the NAIA on Jump TV.